this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your daily horoscope and energy reading for October. And, do I have a freaking crazy month to talk about with you? So, if you thought last month was a little odd, because we had all of that eclipse energy, it was a solar and a lunar eclipse, and you feel pretty much the energies from all 12 signs. So, this was a big month to absorb, interpret, and feel energy on any energetic level. But for you, the lunar eclipse was especially important for you because it was about taking a look at some of where your vices and what you need to do and how you need to stay strong. And it was almost like you had an enlightenment, but you're turning your back to it. You don't want to face what you need to face to move forward. And the accountability that you had with that particular lunar experience is intimidating. It is there's something that you need to be more aware of, and you need to allow you to feel and interpret on a deeply unconscious level. And with Neptune and Pisces in retrograde, it's kind of hard for you to get to the level where you normally can really move forward with this. So the Sun and Mercury are in Libra, right? And that is in partnership energies. And Libra energy for you is a beautiful energy. You know, it's a soulmate energy. It's where you feel really plugged in and energetic, and it's beautiful, and it's rich, and it's fulfilling energy. But it is in the 8th house. It is in transformation. It's in death and transformation and intimacy. And so this suggests to me that you might be involved, or somebody might be involved with you, and this is an intimate relationship that you guys are codependent on each other. And I think the person that's more codependent is you, and not necessarily the other person. Or you're codependent on their input, or you're codependent on getting their proverbial pat on the back, and you're always feeling a little bit less than, but they're in the same boat that you are, and they can tend to make you feel worse about the situation, but you're both in the same plight, and that can be very frustrating because you're being asked to change, yet that person is able to look down their nose at the situation, and they are able to tell you what to do. And that's really frustrating because you want to be a people pleaser. You want the situation to succeed, and you want this journey to pay off. But there is some struggle. There is some definite boundary issues that are being infringed upon, and you have to decide whether or not you're strong enough in your journey and in your boundaries to go ahead and make the significant stands that you have to do at the expense of causing some problems. You know, the person that's involved in this deeply intimate relationship that's involved in this, or this partnership, this business partnership that's involved, you have a lot to lose if you shake things up. And so that tends to always make you want to be mutable to the energy and just go with the flow. But you're being left behind, and they're running the show, and that's actually not freaking okay with you. In the end, deeply on an unconscious realm, you know that issue that can't continue. For many of you, in order to cope with what's going on in your life, you are coming up with very self-sabotaging vices to basically put brief band-aids over your feeling of inadequacy in these particular areas. And you're wanting to get your foot back on solid ground. You remember who you used to be. You had strong boundaries. You had firm beliefs. But this person is pushing some of those boundaries, and you're going on their journey and not necessarily on yours. And it's not as though their journey won't get you to where you need to go, because it will, but it's not the victories that you emotionally desire or that you emotionally need. It's meeting their monetary values. It's them sitting on the throne at the head of the household and you succumbing to whatever they want. And maybe you get a kickback emotionally and maybe you don't, because maybe, they see it as you are just this person they've always got to take care of because you are dysfunctional at this point, or you're falling into poor coping methods. And so it's like they're taking care of you so they feel deserving of this role that they have put themselves in, this head of the household role. And you're used to being the head of the household and you're used to having that role. So I think there's a little bit of a power struggle of how to move forward. And I'm talking about create a really balanced outcome from all of this transition. And I mean, there definitely needs to be a transition in it. So this has to do with your ego, and you're going to have to learn how to communicate about what you truly and deeply desire without glossing it over and acting like it's not that big of a deal when it truly is a make or breaker thing, boundary for you, and it is building resentment. The problem is that Mercury is in retrograde. It's in retrograde until, I would say, roughly about the 11th or 12th. And so why don't you use that time to develop a new perspective? Look at everything from all angles. What do you monetarily want to get ahead? How do you want heart-based endeavors to fulfill you? How do you, if things come up, how do you want to effectively communicate them, and what boundaries do you want to set, and do you want those to be validated? And then, of course, there's just the long-term stability. I mean, can this really be a stable outcome for you? I think you're weighing all those out. I think there's a sense of losing power and a sense of wanting to give up and just meet somebody else's needs and their vision, because it's just freaking easier. And why should you work that hard when things truly, deeply aren't all that bad, except for emotionally, you're just feeling like you're more of a pain in the ass than you are a benefit in this situation. So on the 8th, Jupiter, Mars, and Venus. Venus goes in on the 8th in your 7th house. So this is about a significant partnership. This is about others. So it's like when you were alone, I think you had more of a handle on your situation than you do currently now. It's like you're carrying the weight on your shoulders of everybody, and you're so burdened with everything, and honestly, there's no strength to be found. If you know a Leo sun, Leo moon, a Leo rising, they may offer some enlightenment, and they may provide you with some of the strength that you need to have a new perspective on this that's outside of where you're at. Leo's, a lot of energy is in Leo, so there suggests that person is going to give you some really good advice. It's going to provide you with some enlightenment. It's going to help you choose a new way of thinking. And it's, with Jupiter and Mars paired up and the Sun and Mercury, this is about getting some of those ego-based things that you really need to figure out but it's a new method of thinking. It's a new way of thinking, because you haven't exactly been at this level in a partnership in a really long time, and it's kind of making you feel like you want to give up. I mean, you're frustrated, and you can just do what they say, but you're seeing that they're still partaking of all the fruits of your labor, but I don't feel like you're getting enough back, and at some points you feel almost isolated and alone, even though you're in this union. So Mercury goes direct in Libra on the 9th, and I would say wait until about the 12th. If you do have a Libra sun, moon, or rising in your life, I suggest talking about transforming the situation and getting the outcome more of a balanced perspective. Meaning you need to have some triumph triumphant feelings of your own. It can't just be all what this person wants and you're following along like a little sick puppy dog. Like, that's just not who you are. You've learned a lot from your past. You went through a lot, and you're not willing to do that anymore. So at some point you need to take a stand, and you're willing to take on a challenge, and you're willing to transform the situation, but this really needs to start giving you back something more emotionally than you're getting. Then on the 12th, like again, when I said all the energy starts to go forward, we have a new moon in Libra, and for you, this is in your 8th house. And so this suggests that you need a new beginning, especially if it's a Libra-based relationship or energy, meaning it's a union, a partnership, a relationship. You know, this can't go on this way. It could mean that you guys get married. It could mean that, and that could change everything. That could change the weight of the situation. That could change. It could make you gain some respect and show that you are determined to start this new journey and stop dragging your heels. It provides the stability for this person who is really putting a lot of faith in this situation. It's showing them that you have a committed mindset. I do think there's a pull to a fire-based energy. I wouldn't say it's a Leo-based energy because it's friggin' all Leo, but that I think that some of you may be feeling. I don't know why I see it, but it's really clear, crystal clear. And the reason I say this is because Mars and Jupiter are going to align in your 7th house. So this is Mars, the planet of passion, right? And you have all this Leo energy in this reading, and that is passion. It could mean that this person has a Leo, Mars and Leo, and if that clarifies anything. And you really need to expand how you are with this person. I mean, or maybe you're with a Libra and there's this fire energy that you're interested in and you're weighing them out. I mean, I don't think you know which way to go. I think you're standing at a fork in the road and it's a new journey. And I think there had to be something that happened right around the eclipses that really makes you want to do something different. And it could mean get married. It could mean move past some of these desires for control. Maybe you're willing to give control to somebody and let them just drag you along their journey and see where it takes you, because you know you're kind of like that. You're adaptable, and that could be a way that you think. On the 27th, we do have a full moon in Taurus, and this will be in your 3rd house. And so Mercury's direct, which is good. This is about talking about all this. This is maybe a short trip will take care of some of this. Maybe just going on a little journey with the person that you love and talking all of this through. Or maybe it's a honeymoon and it's a quick honeymoon and you guys just decide, let's just F it. Let's go get married. Let's start on this new journey. Let's throw the cards in and see where it goes. And, you know, let's take a risk. And, you know, Jupiter in partnerships is willing to take a risk. So maybe for some of you, it's taking a risk. It's losing power. It's placing strength in a union. It's embarking on a fork in the road. There's a lot of fear associated with this, but that could mean that you're at the point where you're making a decision that can change the outcome for the better, and you're just kind of a little bit scared, so you just throw everything to the wind, and you're like, let's just do it. Let's go run away and get married, and let's take a little quick honeymoon, and let's just do this. Let's solidify this. I'm ready. And in that starts a brand spanking new beginning in how you proceed forward, the stable foundation, turning all of this energy around, and you don't feel like you're following along on somebody else's journey. You feel like you're creating it with somebody and you're moving forward with somebody and they're supportive and that you guys can beat this together and you can gain strength together. It could be that. You know, I definitely see that energy very prevalent. Energy's all over the place. It's a dualistic energy, so who the hell knows how this is going to turn out. But thank you guys so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next month.